I
Uh,
would. I'd still say it's the best one I've watched of all of them.
yeah. So hopefully Marvel, once we know that the Netflix series stuff, the terms are coming to an end soon. But hopefully Disney will pick it up and they will run with it on their new streaming service that'll be out in 2019.
I really liked the Luke Cage series. I thought Luke Cage was good. I liked him better in Luke Cage than in Jessica Jones.
Yeah, I didn't like him in
It
Jessica
was
Jones.
more action. I thought it was more. Well, you got to see more of him for one thing, and he did more cool stuff.
Truthfully honest, to me, if I had to rate the series, Jessica Jones is one of the lower tier ones of my list.
I liked it pretty good. I mean, it had the Purple Man in it. I thought that was
Yeah,
pretty. But what an obscure fucking guy that guy is.
you can still
But
smell Bendis on it though.
well, yeah, I just I guess because I mean her and Luke Cage. I mean they're important. I think that was a series that they needed to make. I mean if
Yeah.
they're gonna do Power Man and Iron Fist, they got to have her
Yeah.
involved.
And I mean, later on in the comic books, Jessica Jones really does break out of her shell. I mean, she becomes a mom and everything like that. She really does become more warm, let me say, than how cold she's portrayed in the shows. To the point that, if anybody tries to fuck with her family, tries to fuck with her daughter, she goes into a fucking rampage and beats the living shit out of them.
Yeah, didn't their kid start exhibiting powers like not too long ago?
Something like that. For the longest time, everybody's favorite squirrel girl was their babysitter. She was the
Yeah,
only one that they would trust with their daughter.
isn't it like She-Hulk the Godmother or something too?
Yeah, because they're such good. I think that was one of the, like I said, one of the things I thought with Jessica Jones was, um, I
That would have been a
still,
cool time to put She-Hulk in something during that series, maybe.
I would say She-Hulk would do fantastic if they introduced her in Daredevil as a rival lawyer against Nelson and
Yeah, yeah,
Murdoch.
that would make perfect sense to do that.
Um, I still have hope that Trish Walker will one day become Hellcat, or at least
Oh,
we
and
get
you
to.
got Misty Knight too. I mean, we got Misty Knight in there who just lost her arm
Oh
in
yeah.
Defender, so she got the bionic arm.
Well, we know Luke Cage season 2 is in production because we've seen pictures of Misty with the bionic arm.
Yeah.
We know that should be coming. I still would love season 2 of Jessica Jones, and I think Chief will agree with me. He would love this. Let me lay this out for you. Give Trish Walker a boyfriend in Jessica Jones season 2, and his name is Buzz Baxter.
Oh yeah. I thought in that I thought that the one guy, the security goofball that she was seeing all the time, I thought he was going to be Buzz Baxter in that
Hmm.
first when they first started. I thought they're gonna maybe they'll that's some kind of he'll that's like an alias he has or something. I don't know. I thought maybe they would make that guy Mad Dog for some reason, but he ended up dying, I think.
So yeah, so definitely go check out Punisher. It's fantastic. It's worth every freaking bloody gun-soaked minute.
Yeah,
Um,
I tore through it, man. I watched it in just a couple days.
I couldn't. Like I said, I have not. Like I still have to finish Stranger Things too. These series, it's just like it's with everything I got going on with editing and with other things. It's just like, oh man, I don't have time to sit down and like binge
I
watch.
after I watched the last two episodes of that, I just can't bring myself to watch the first. I can't believe I did that. I was so pissed off.
But you know what? We can bring ourselves to watch again, Chief.
The
Grand
time.
Theft Auto.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say the time machine. I bought at a yard sale.
Oh no, that's coming though. I did the cover art for today. No, GTA is back. Djibouti is back on GTA, so that means it is
Yeah.
official. The return of the GTA weekly breakdown here on the Nerd Rage Renegades podcast. Wow, they came back in a big fucking way last week.
With some of their top tier characters, in my opinion, I thought it was a good week.
Yeah, I would have liked a little bit of Chang, but you know, we got Mo Grimes. I have not watched the Mo Grimes one. I got to watch the Mo Grimes one.
Yeah, I've watched a little bit of Mo, and it's funny as hell. I mean, he's such an asshole. It's Joe Mullet, basically reincarnated as this old
It's
he looks like an old carny.
it's Joe Mullet fully realized.
Yeah, it's like the real version of Joe Mullet,
Yeah. But so last Wednesday they came back with Joe Mullet. No, last Tuesday they came back with Joe Mullet. But to me,
aka Mo Grimes.
aka Mo Grimes, my bad. But it really began on Wednesday.
Oh yeah, that was that I couldn't believe that happened.
So the
I got the
backstory.
message like you told me before I even got I got I got a Twitch account and I
Yeah.
get a message when they're going to do it. But I saw the messenger. You told me they were doing this before I
Yeah.
even saw it. I was like, no way.
So
Like it's about time.
so what they were doing, and they mentioned it. So they were looking at bringing Jay Bergerman to the family RP, and they were trying to test out like the tow stuff, how towing would work on that server and everything. And then they get a message, literally. I mean, Djibouti says basically like a minute before they're supposed to go live. They get a message from B-Fly, whose character is Tora Hart on the server, and asks them to be a part of her and Officer Andrew's wedding. And Djibouti even mentions he was like a little cringy. He was like wedding RP that might be cringy, but
Yeah.
then they said that they want Jerry to officiate the wedding. They want him to perform the wedding, and Djibouti was like, "Wait a minute, I get to perform the wedding? Oh, it's on! It is
Oh,
on!"
the whole thing is full of gold too, because the part where they ask him to take the grandpa on the wedding party
Oh,
to the place.
yes.
They ask people right, and he's drunk and he's swerving that big purple RV all over the road, and he's singing "Wheels on the Bus," but he's singing "The Beans on the Bus."
The
Go
soul,
round and round.
the soul wagon made its return.
Yeah, the soul. He's
Oh,
driving the soul wagon around a lot.
and then they get there, and Andrew shows up, and they want that one girl to sing, and they ask Jerry to sing, and he pulls out some classic rando.
Yeah,
He pulled out the theme song to the show Arthur. You
he's
know,
pretty good too. So they were like, "Damn, Jerry."
Andrews even paid him $1,500 to get
Yeah,
it.
they got his money.
Every day when you're walking down the street, everybody that you meet has a particular point of view. Oh man, that was so fucking good. And then Bayo, he cucked Bayo and he roasted Bayo the whole fucking time. Oh
Oh,
my
yeah.
god, Bayo.
When he gave him the money, Andrews gave him the money, and he said, "I'm gonna go gambling."
Okay,
He's
so
like, "No, Jerry, go do something better for yourself."
so let's break it
I'm
down.
gonna go gambling.
So Jerry gets on the server. He's driving around in the Soul Wagon. He finds Andrews and Tor at the police station, and everybody's like, "Oh, we're getting ready for the wedding." And Jerry's like, "What you talking about? He's like, "Wedding? What you talking about wedding?" And he's like, "Oh yeah." Tor's like, "I'm getting married." He's like, "Who you getting married to?" And it's like Andrews. Like, "You want to marry that big head? Look at his big old head." He can't, and Andrews doesn't has his cop hat. He doesn't have his police hat on. He's like, "Look at that. Would your head get so big you can't wear your hat anymore?" Beans, beans, beans. So they
Oh,
let
he
him.
tries to make beans for everybody. The whole thing.
They're like, "Well, Jerry, can you? We would like you to perform the wedding." He's like, "I'm an ordained minister. Didn't you know that? Before I played saxophone, my father was in the church, and my mother was in the church, and his father was in the church." So Jerry's got to get dressed up for this wedding. So what does he wear, Chief?
They went and they put on his best football jersey
His best football jersey. This one ain't got no. Oh, this one ain't got no
and his
bean
nice
stains on
pants,
him.
the pants that didn't have the stains on them. He
The
wore his
bean
nice pants.
stains. And then when they finally started officiating the wedding, and you have Granny Fanny's there, and of course they weren't sure if Granny Fanny was going to be there because she was caught selling drugs beforehand and was on the run from the cops, and Tora made them not arrest her during the wedding. And Jerry, of course, he was doing it for the wins, Chief, for the wins.
Oh, yeah, that was great, man. I couldn't believe how well he actually did that. It sounded like a real ceremony,
They
but
pulled up a script.
motherfuckers thrown in it once in a
Yeah,
while.
they actually pulled up a script, and he was reading off the script. But then, of course, like you said, added in like motherfuckers and big ass head Andrews over there, you know. And I love it when he's like, we're doing it for the winds, and the winds are blessing this day, and I love it when he's like, all right, repeat after me. I, Tora, take Jerry, and she's like, don't you mean take Tony? Oh, I was just checking, just make sure she's faithful now, just checking.
Oh man, Jerry's the best.
And
He's still my favorite of all the characters, I think, because like they said on there, they said Jerry's got a weird charm to him.
he does.
Like he's weird and he's gross and he does gross shit.
Which got him in trouble
He's a cool
after
guy.
the wedding. After the wedding, that got him in trouble because he rubbed this girl's back and was like kissing on her neck, and she called the cops on him. And of course, the
Yeah,
cops didn't do anything to Jerry, but then these two guys wanted to like shoot Jerry.
yeah.
If it wasn't for Bruce, I mean, Bruce was with him. If it wasn't for Bruce, Jerry might have got shot that night.
Yeah,
But Bruce,
took Bruce up to the spot. Took Bruce and his girl up to the spot.
and that's the
Gave
thing.
him
There's so many new people on the Family RP. I have no idea who any of these new people are. Like the big dude that with just wearing the prison pants. And he talks like this, Steve. He talks like, you can't be doing that, man. You can't be doing that. I'm like,
Jerry schooled that guy so many times.
oh yeah. But I'm like, is that
You need
maybe
a shirt?
But I'm like, is that maybe like Daquan, like another of Daquan's characters? I don't know.
I don't know. It's been weeks since they really got into it. They did a couple of Margarets, and then they didn't do it for a long time.
Yeah, they took a break, which most people took a break around TwitchCon.
But man, it came back better than ever. And then I haven't seen the Jay Berger movie.
Oh, dude. Oh, so Jay Berger.
I saw him to the point where he got the toe and went to go out in the street, and then I was late, so I turned it off.
So Jay Bergerman, I'm not going to ruin a lot of spoilers for you, but Jay Bergerman, he's new to the city, Chief. He's
Oh wait, there was one more funny thing about Jerry we forgot about when he was drunk after the wedding and he tried to marry people on the sidewalk.
Oh yeah.
Nope, too late. This is happening.
This is happening. Oh, Jerry. And I found out today, I talked to him today because he streamed today. Officer Jay Taylor is now on the Family RP server. He said he's been there since October. He said that his schedule has changed, so he's been doing a lot more like morning streams. He hasn't been able to stream at night a lot. So usually he's like the only cop on during the day. But a lot, like I even asked him, I said, so you're on Family RP, does that mean we could possibly see a Jimmy Jerry reunion? He goes, I don't know, man. He's like, I don't know if I want to bring Jimmy over here. And everybody after I said that just started coming up on his chat going, no, you need to bring Jimmy back. Jerry, he's like, well, I don't know. Jimmy needs a sidekick. We're like, Jerry, you need Jerry. We're like, Jimmy was, you got to do a reunion with Jerry. There has to be a Jimmy Jerry reunion on this server.
I still think you push out because they haven't confirmed the one guy is definitely the West.
Yeah,
Western
he's
hobo.
just the chosen one right now.
He's tentatively, he's just chosen. Jimmy could come in and be the actual like Christ Messiah Westward hobo.
That or Jerry could be like the South's like little bitch wind. He's like the bitch wind of the South. Jerry's the sexy cyclone. Jimmy's just a little bitch wind. He's dumb as hell.
Jerry's alley with him.
But then I was like, I even put it in his chat. I was like, dude, Jimmy interacting with Bayo. Could you imagine Jimmy and Bayo? Jimmy would drive Bayo mad. So Jay Bergerman comes on, and he's a new man in town, Chief, and he's Jay. He's a nice, lovable guy. He goes around. He introduced
I had
himself.
thought that they had done Jay on there once before.
No, they were talking about doing Jay, but there was that other guy who has the model that's very similar to Jay.
Oh, yeah.
But they were talking. They said they've been talking to him to maybe do like a long lost brother type of thing, like Jay's like his long lost brother or something, twin brother. But Jay, he introduces himself to all the police officers. He's very nice to everybody. Everybody likes Jay except for Mav, because Mav owns a tow company in the city, and Jay kept getting all the tows. So Mav is like putting the hits out on frickin' Jay, and the tires are getting shot out of Big Red, and
oh jeez.
Oh god. Oh, and every time they go to lift him up after Jay gets shot, he farts. He's like, I'm sorry, I had Shelly earlier. Oh. Oh, and he sang it, Chief. He sang it. All beef patty, special sauce, lettuce, cheese, all on a sesame seed.
My favorite is they did almost when they were doing. They took a once in a while they get up to use the bathroom or whatever, and they just let the character go, or they pause to read the
chat or something.
The donation. Yeah, they read the chat. There was one time with Jay where they had the three Asian ladies who were on the lawn.
Oh, that's right.
The old ladies, and he went over and danced in the middle of it, singing "I'll Tow It For You" to "I'll Tumble For You" by Culture Club.
Oh, but it was just patty, special sauce, lettuce, cheese.
It looked like he was like doing like a Chippendales dance for these old ladies. It's
Now, I'll
funny.
admit, with Jay, there was a lot of driving around because I mean he's a tow man. He drove around Vespucci Square like quite a bit of times, but Jay endeared himself to almost everybody on the server except for
I
Mav and a
like the
few
character,
others.
but that's my only complaint is that he just drives around and doesn't
Yeah.
do anything.